Hi everyone, Rich here at Rich's Garage, and I'm about to open the box for the 2015 Cancer Awareness build. I've been on vacation. I just got back Sunday, and today is Tuesday, October 6th, so I'm trying to catch up on videos and other things. Cliff had said when we start this to give a little story to relate the model and everything as to our lives. So as I'm opening this, I'm going to tell you how cancer was affected my life. When I was 17, my father was feeling, I don't know, like he had was indigestion or something of that sort. You know, he wound up just taking a lot of Rolaids and that type of thing. And my mother said, "Hey, you gotta go to the doctor, So he went, and they're like, "Oh, well, maybe it's stress at work or something. We really don't see anything that's wrong with you. Why don't you just try and take it easy for a couple weeks and come back and we'll see if things have calmed down." So nothing really changed too much, and they said, "Well, maybe you have acid reflux." And they had given him some more medication. Now this is over 30 years ago. So treatment's come a long way since then. But they got to a point after about 6 months, I believe. They said, "Well, we want to do exploratory surgery because we've taken some X-rays and stuff, and we're really not sure what's going on." So they did surgery. They opened them up, and then they closed them right back. And they said, "Well, you have pancreatic cancer and it's spread to your stomach. You probably, your choices are we do nothing and you probably got 2 weeks, month, something like that. Or we could try and treat it aggressively and it could be a couple of years. We really don't know." So we went the aggressive route for treatment, and a lot of the chemo back then was more like atomic bomb style, where it wasn't really targeted so well, so it just took a lot out of you and stuff. So long story short, about 6 months after the surgery, my father passed away. So I was 18 at that time. But like Cliff has said, cancer doesn't care. It's on its own timetable. I guess the only thing I would say, fortunately for me, my father and I had a really good relationship, so I was at peace with everything that happened. But it's one of those things where if you have some little grudge thing going on or something like that, it's sometimes being right doesn't really matter. So I would just say sometimes you have to swallow your pride and bury the hatchet, and in the long run you'll be better off for it. So that's my cancer side of the story. So now the other side is, why a Buick? Well, my father was a Buick guy. From my earliest memories, we had it was a 1962 Buick Electra convertible. It was white with red interior. And I remember my mother dragging me out of the back of the car and picking me up. I was a little kid, she had me on her hip when we traded it in on a used 67 Skylark at the Buick dealership. So I don't know how old I was. I must have been 4 or 5, something like that. But I can remember that car vividly, and riding in it, and it was just a great car. So I can see that already. This has got some hood issues here. Some sink marks here in the hood. Let's see if we can get that. So I'll have to do some work on this. But the car I learned how to drive on was a 73 LeSabre 4-door with a 455 in it. And that was the car I learned how to drive on. We also had, when my sister, who was a little bit older than me, had gotten her license after a year or so, my father had gotten a 77 Buick Skylark. That was a great car too. It was fire engine red, a white Landau roof, white interior. At that time, I think in 75 or in 76, GM went to the corporate motors, so it had a Chevy 305 in it. But yes, that's why I chose the Buick. Now this, when I had read the description, said that it was a curbside kit, so I'm just opening this as I'm blabbering. But the body looks nice. I mean, I've always loved, must have gotten it from my father, this love of big Buicks. I mean, it's just a really nice classic line. You can see here, right? So for pancreatic cancer, I'm going to be taping. I'm going to be painting this purple. So I've used this Createx brand paint before, so it should look nice. And then we'll see what we do for the chrome. But I think that's going to look nice. And I'm going to do a black interior. I think that looks cooler with the purple than if I went with a white. But that's it. But I bought 2 of these kits, so someday we'll see if I'll do it in a more classic paint scheme. But let me, the boxes got really nice box art on it. And there's that would be Bamboo Cream in 1970. I have a 70 Buick GS that's Bamboo Cream. That's how I know that color. With it's got the saddle interior, brown interior, and a matching vinyl roof. But there she is. I also bought there was another kit. I think it was a '66 Wildcat. I see someone else is doing as well, so I'm interested to see how they do. I think that was an AMT one. Let me put the steering wheel in its own little bag. There's the bucket. See here, we got the seats, dash panel. So here's the bottom of the engine. Okay, so this is going to go on the K-member, I guess. Well, not K-member. Chrysler's a K-member, but so that's that. Got some nice detail if you look at the bolts on the oil pan and on the transmission cover. So we'll see how that all goes together. So dash. Yeah, it's got the similar to what my 70 Buick looks like. That's that. Glass is in the bag. I'm not going to take that out. So here's the chassis. There we go. Got some suspension, a little bit in there. Mufflers, gas tank, diff. I got some nice detail on there. So we'll see how we do with this. Looking forward to it. Chrome. Not like chrome on the Buick. They got the Wildcat symbol in there. That's pretty nice. We'll leave that in there. Nice. So I think I'll leave that. Got 1970 molded into the bumper. Got some tires. So these go. And then axles and screws. We'll see. I guess I'm going to be doing screwing some things together. So I've never. So that's pretty straightforward here. Looks like a one sheet. You do that. You put the bucket in. Slap that in. Screw that piece in. So that should be pretty quick. So it's just going to be cleaning up the body. And it looks like you can make this into like a lowrider or do some stuff with it. Let's see what we got here. Nice. That's a nice decal sheet. There's your instrument panel. So you can do some different things with it. But like I said, I'm going to paint it purple. That's it. I've probably been rambling on a little bit. So I don't know what I'll do for next video, if it'll just be if I have it in primer or whatever, but we'll see what I get done this weekend. Alright guys, thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.